The world won't understand you. Hey, but it's okay. Said the world won't understand you. Cause I made you in my own way. Said the world won't understand you. Cause I made you.
Alright, bro.
Hey, what's good, everybody? Welcome to episode 115 of In a Good Way podcast. Today's special guest is Lorenzo Hinojosa. He's a talented artist, songwriter, musician, etc. Lorenzo, well, we're actually having technical difficulties, so we agreed to just do it with his voice, right? So it's not because he's trying to be mysterious and he doesn't want anybody to see who he is. He just, we were having technical difficulties, so, I'll have him back again, and then we'll be able to, fix that, right? So you guys could see all this and that. But, yeah, so Lorenzo actually, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here, Lorenzo.
Thank you for the introduction, man. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me, too.
Absolutely, absolutely. It's an honor. So,
Thank you so much as well.
Yeah, no problem. And so, you ended up calling me because you were having this situation, right?
Yeah, bro, I was freaking out, man.
Yeah, so you said you're at this place and you were having these situations
I was having back to back sleep paralysis, bro. Like back to back nights. It was nuts.
Okay. Well, I mean, we could hop right in. We'll go back after, right? We'll go back after because I know you've been having things happen to you throughout your whole life.
Yeah.
But no,
Okay,
let's start.
yeah.
Let's go ahead. Since that's fresh in your head, let's go ahead and talk about all these things with sleep paralysis that have been going on. Yeah.
So I want to say it goes back to this Monday when I slept over at my cousin's house this weekend. I've been staying over here for the past week, helping him watch his dogs, helping him with the house and everything. And this is actually my grandparents' house that I believe they both passed away in as well too.
Oh,
and
wow.
I believe there's they both did. And I also believe there's also been things that have always happened to people that lived here throughout the past, they've all have experienced things that have been paranormal. Like they've seen like a young boy, like they've seen a young boy in the garage, just chilling there, and they look back and he's not there anymore.
Oh, wow.
So this has happened. There's a lot of paranormal has happened over here. But I never really, I can't really remember experiencing paranormal things here when I was younger. My mom said that when I grew up here, I would talk to my uncle who was already dead that I never met before.
Oh, wow.
He would say that I would see him in my room, but I don't remember that. And then they would take pictures of me inside the house, and there would all be orbs around me and stuff like that. So this past week when I stayed over, I had a hard time sleeping. I just had it was hard for me to fall asleep. And then once I finally did, it didn't feel like I was sleeping. I knew I was going into a sleep paralysis, and I was able to pull myself out. And because prior to this, I've had scary times having sleep paralysis. So I hate having it. So 2 nights in a row I had it, and then nothing happened crazy because I pulled myself out. Well, the third night I finally had it where I couldn't pull myself out, and there was spirit, and I looked over to the wall, and there were spirits just walking to the wall, one by one, just walking to the wall, ignoring me. And I was like, damn, this is nuts. I want to get out of this. It was crazy, bro. They were in suits. People were in suits. They didn't look mangled up or all messed up. They just looked regular. And they were just having a regular day. And I was like, what the hell? It was weird. And then the next night again, I had another one again, and I felt this scary this scary just feeling. And I looked up, and I seen this girl just all mangled, and I couldn't see her eyes or her face, but I could see her growling at me, and her hair was long, and she was just growling at me, and I was saying F you, and trying to flip her off, and I was trying to fight out of it, and I was just feeling this pressure on me, and I was scared, bro, scared for my life, but I was trying to let her know I wasn't scared of her, but I was terrified, bro. I was terrified. And then I was calling my cousin George. I was like, George, but I was saying it oh, because you can't talk when you're you have sleep paralysis, and I can hear him banging on the door saying, Lorenzo, I'm trying to help you, let me in. And once I finally got out of it, there was no one even saying that. He was sleeping still. So it's all they're messing with me, and that really got to me a lot, bro. that really like it scared the crap out of me. I got up and I slept in the living room with the dogs,
Hmm.
and then like I fell asleep and I had another one again, and I thought it was my cousin on my couch on the couch with me, and I was like, George, is that you? And he was like, George, is that you? And like he tried to like come after me, and I just got up, and I was like, bro, I can't even go back to sleep now. This is nuts. And I didn't go back to sleep till like later on the day, and I kept having it again. Like it kept trying to force me back into sleep paralysis, and I was just pushing out of it. And dude, I swear to God, bro, I didn't mention this to you earlier. I felt like I had like sleep paralysis like 6 times in one day, bro. Like it kept happening, and I was like trying to fight out of it,
Wow.
and it was overwhelming. It was overwhelming, bro. And then the last one I had was, I think it wasn't last night. I didn't have anything, but the night before that I had another one, and it's just been like it's been a lot, bro. And then like I was laying on the couch today, and I was chilling watching like Joe Rogan with the dogs, and then I heard a girl say something to me. Like I heard her just like something you, and I was like, what? Like I was like, is that someone outside just trying to justify it? And I was like, maybe it was had to be like on the TV like in the background. And then I
Hmm.
lay down again and I heard it again, and I was like, bro, I was like, leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you. Leave me alone. I don't want to talk to you. Like I don't want anything to do with you. And then so I haven't heard anything since. But I'm actually in the room right now that this all been happening. It's all been happening in this room.
Oh wow. So and whose room did that used to be?
I believe it was my grandpa's, dude. My
Oh
grandpa's.
wow. When did your grandpa pass away?
In 1996 or 97. I think 97.
Oh wow. So
No,
it's
no,
been a
no. I'm
while
sorry.
then.
I was actually a year old. I think it was 98 or 99.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
And
I was like a year old.
have you ever seen him in the house or no?
No, I have not.
Oh,
I've seen my grandpa in my dreams before. I felt my grandpa before, but I don't want to tell my family, but like I don't feel him here though. That's what's the scary part. But I felt him in my life. Though. That's the crazy thing. I felt him in my life many times,
oh, okay.
like watching over me and protecting me. But I don't feel that here. Like it doesn't feel like that here.
No, no, that's good. There's nothing wrong with him not be. He's not supposed to really be there, you know. Uh,
Yeah,
but obviously it's like they could come and go whenever they please, or I'm not 100% sure on that, but they can come. I don't know if they have to ask permission on the other side to visit or what, but I know they could come and go. You know
and
what I
it
mean?
sucks
So,
because it sucks not my bad. It sucks not being able to be on the video right now because I'm actually in the exact spot where I
oh,
saw them all walking through at this wall right here. I'm right next to the wall. Like they're all walking in and out. Like all the spirits are walking in and out.
oh, wow. Well, maybe after you could send me pictures and I'll edit it in right here and I'll show
I
pictures
will
of the
for sure.
wall or something, just so
For sure,
people
for
can.
sure.
Yeah.
I even show like where I was laying down and everything.
So, what do you feel that the scary one? What did you feel after? Because she hasn't came back
After,
then, right? When was that? When did that happen with her?
that was, I believe, on Tuesday or Wednesday. I think it was Tuesday. I
Oh, okay, so like
think
two
it was
days
Tuesday.
ago, and
Yeah.
uh, and she was just growling at you, like that was the main thing,
Bro,
or
she was trying to she was just trying to, I feel like she was trying to scare me. Like, but she was trying to, I don't want to say she's after me, but she was trying to scare me. Because I feel like every time I have these kind of connections, I feel like they know that I know, they know that not bad. They know that I know I can see them.
yeah, yeah,
And like, they're just like they're trying to mess with me.
yeah, and
And like, and like I've seen like I felt like I've heard other spirits trying to come through to communicate with me to someone else. And I'm like, no, leave me alone. Like I don't want anything to do with it because I don't want to let something bad in like accidentally, you know. So that's why I
yeah.
never like to play with this stuff.
I mean, for me, I think I've been talking with you now for a few years, right? I think like a few
Yeah,
years, and right away since I talked to you, like you started sharing with me things that were happening, so it was already clear to me that you had these abilities, right? I mean, I think like they say, we all have them, but not everybody really um accepts them in this lifetime, right? Or in their lifetime.
yeah. It's
So
hard. It's hard. It's really hard to.
yeah, yeah, and I think because a lot of times, well, most people get scared of them, right? Stuff like that. Also like the religion stuff that's put in our heads, so we learn to like suppress it, right? But for you, it happens a
Oh,
lot to
that
where,
too, bro. That
yeah, go ahead.
too. Like, so it would happen at night, and I would wake up and like at like 2 or 3 in the morning, all like scared, and I would just open up my Bible app and like
Oh,
read like yeah, and whenever I'd read that, it would make me feel comforted, and I wouldn't have the dream anymore, or I wouldn't fall into sleep paralysis anymore. So that's comforting. But then a few times I would read it, fall asleep, and it would happen again. And I was like, damn, like
oh.
I'm not really believing what I'm reading there, because I know you have to really believe it. You have to truly believe in your heart for like it to work, you know.
But those times when you felt fear or whatever, was it actually something negative? I know the girl situation was, but the other times, was it actually something negative, or you were just seeing like that? You were having out of body experiences, because that's really what sleep
I'm
paralysis is.
totally fine. I'm totally fine with having out of body experiences. Like I've had astral projection, like not,
Yeah,
but not controlling it, just having it and remembering it. That's always fun. But I've also had astral projection where it's scary, bro. And like I don't like that part. Like
yeah,
I don't like the demonic part of it.
yeah, yeah,
That's the part I still, and that's the reason why I don't like to open up myself to it. I don't want to like let it in, you know. Like I don't want to let good in, accidentally let bad in.
yeah, yeah.
But I also feel like demons and just bad energy, they know that I have it in my past, or I have like dark parts about me that they can like feed off of, and they feel like you know what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
So it's
And I
like,
think no, no, that's go ahead, finish that thought.
and I feel like bro, when I was 17, they gave me like an ultimatum, bro. Like when I had a crazy sleep paralysis, and I had a very crazy sleep paralysis and astral projection dream in one night, and it lasted a long time, and it scared the crap out of me, bro. And not knowing at the time, but it was like an ultimatum, like you want to go down this road or you want to go down this road, like you get
Oh
to
wow.
choose, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and I didn't realize that till later on, but they always try to come on me when I'm at my weakest. I know like they not my weakest, but when I'm trying to do good, they want to come bring me down. If I'm doing bad, they want to keep me there.
Hmm.
And it's my
Interesting.
fault though, cause like, bro, I let it win sometimes. Like I don't know. It's a crazy thing, bro. It's a weird.
No, I mean it's not, unfortunately, it's almost like, modern, not even modern times, right? Going back already thousands of years, they handicapped us with spiritual things. Because that's life, right? Like it's like a boxing match, right? You're in the ring with someone. What is their objective? To whoop you. So what are they gonna do? Like even that, there's a lot of psychology that goes on. Like Mike Tyson, right? When he would step in the ring, from the moment he stepped in the ring, he terrified people. And what did that
Yeah,
do? He got in their head so that within that first minute, sometimes he would knock somebody out. You know what I mean?
exactly.
So that's part of the
That's like. Go, my bad. Go ahead.
no, well, that's part of the war, right? Like when
Yeah,
when certain spirits or things that get in your head, and that's the first thing. It's almost like their goal is to make you stop you, like so that they don't even have to
yeah,
do any work.
yeah,
So yeah, you'll do it willingly. Like they
yeah.
present you with that. Oh, but do you really have to go down that wrong road? Of course not. But they'll make you feel
And like
like, yeah, they'll
and
make
like
you feel anything you did to keep feeling shame from it, to keep whatever, keep feeling guilty for something you did, for all these things. So they keep
exactly.
bringing it up. You know what I mean? But go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Yeah. But like when I was having that dream, when I was telling her, like I was flipping her off trying to say "f you," like I'm stronger than you, like you're not you want what I have. It's my soul. You want what I have. It's his life. And I try to tell it that. And once I tell it that, it goes away. But it's still scary after. It's like damn, like you know, it's like confronting it. It's because I confront her and tell her like I'm not scared of her and stuff like that. But it's still scary as hell.
No, no, yeah. I mean, the reason too, because it never goes away, and it's not like I'm not afraid of it anymore, right? But like
And
I just had this experience recently. So that's why when you told me, I was like, wow. So I wonder if there's anybody else. So if anyone's listening, by all means, put it in the comment if you've had, because, I had a few experiences. First, within the last 2 months, it's been only the fourth time in my life that like the devil himself came to me. And the same how you, it was like he
uh,
gave me hey, join us kind of
ultimatum.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it wasn't even, it
Well,
was like hey, but he didn't come to me, see, because at this point in my life, it wouldn't work, not the fear thing. For me, it was like, He came very presentable, looked like, like very charismatic, well dressed, this and that. Like this was the devil that appeared to me. And hey, he was already tying everybody. Oh, he's part of us now. Like, hell, like what? Like, and even in that, I was like, damn, like, are they gonna try to kill me now that I kind of rejected them? Like in this vision that I was having, I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So clearly, like, yeah, I made my choice. Then a scary demon did come to me, what, within a week ago or something, and I was having like an out of body experience. But see, sleep paralysis is more like you're kind of in between. Like you're not so
Yeah.
out of your body. It's like you're almost like, whoa, my ear just started ringing. That was crazy.
Oh, bro,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I've had it so many times now. I know when I'm going into it, and I'm like, I try to pull myself out. I'm like, no, don't do it.
yeah, 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 yeah. No, so that's what
And
happened when. Go
you
ahead.
know what's crazy about this whole thing, bro? I just remember this right now. Fast, like, I go back like almost like a year ago, 2 years ago.
Mhm.
I had a sleep paralysis, a crazy sleep paralysis, and I told you about it. And you're like, bro, don't get scared, be surprised if this start happening more frequently. And it
Mm.
has been like,
Oh.
bro. And you're telling me how if you have a gift or you have something that's gonna start opening up more frequently, bro. And it's happened ever since you said that. It's happened like a lot.
Well, don't blame me for it.
I'm not blaming you. Just like,
Yeah, yeah. Well, because you could kind of tell, like people, it's almost like we could tell when it's somebody else, right? Like when, oh, okay. Like, we could tell who's sensitive to these things. You know what I mean? Just like them. See,
yeah,
imagine if I could tell, oh, okay, the same on that side, right? They could see. Some people have described it as they can see a light, like, oh, and the light kind of calls them like a moth to a flame almost, right? Like, oh, there's someone we could communicate through, right? You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, I
And
just finished
yeah,
my,
bro,
oh, huh? Go ahead.
no, it's just crazy because like all these things are going through my head right now. All these things are going through my head, bro. Because I told you when my uncle Mike passed away, bro. Like I'm not lying, dude. I'm not lying. I went to heaven, bro, in my dream. I went to heaven. It was like Rome. It was like Italy, like bricks everywhere. And Mike pulled up in a freaking Cadillac, all dressed in purple, like, and everybody was clapping for him. And I ran to, bro. I ran up this like this hill, like this Roman hill, like Italy or something. And it was just like a pool, but it was like only ankle deep. And I was looking. There was like different portals to look through, and I was trying to find the charger to call my mom to let her talk to my grandparents. It was crazy.
Wow. Yeah, see, so you're really sensitive, man. That's pretty,
Yeah,
it's funny because Mike, you know, like he came through. Like I was interviewing a friend and he actually came through. And I thought like, well, we weren't really that close, but we were cool. I worked with him for a little bit. And
everybody's worked for Mike. It's funny.
yeah, yeah, no, he helped me out back, I mean,
Cool,
this was back in the days.
cool.
Like back then it was like if you had a shaved head, no one would really give you, it was really tough to get work, right? Like back then it wasn't
Yeah,
common like now. Like if you had a shaved head, they looked at you like, oh, this person's a hoodlum or whatever. So him, like he gave me work and it was, he helped me out when
cool.
during the time. But the same, maybe he came to me because he knew like, oh, he could hear me, right? He's gonna
Yeah,
be able to
yeah,
pick it
yeah.
up or whatever, right? Or like, I mean, he had came to me in a dream already, but then when I was interviewing a friend, he came through too. So that's amazing that see he knew that he could come to you and you know what I mean, that you would see him. So that's pretty cool, right?
And then like another crazy thing, bro. Like, um, Nicole had saw a little boy when she was younger in the same room that I saw a little boy, bro, when I was having sleep paralysis. I saw the same little boy too.
Oh wow. So it's
Yeah,
been there for
that's
go ahead,
yeah,
go
bro.
ahead.
That's the other sleep paralysis dream I told you about like 2 years ago. You probably don't remember, but it was like almost 2 years ago. And I just started a new job working as a cable technician. And I fallen asleep, bro, on my back. And I thought I woke up and I was in a hotel with this girl and her husband. He was showing her a wedding ring, and then I was like, what the hell? And like it pushed me out of it, and I just got stuck in the bed. And the little boy was walking up to me in the bed, and his face was all mangled up, and he looked innocent though. But I was still flipping him off, saying "F you," like "F you." and then there was like spirits all over the wall, covering their face, like ashamed of like how they looked. And then he looked at me, he shook his head and walked away. And then I woke up and I pissed myself, bro. So scared I was.
Oh wow. Damn, you know what? I just noticed that I don't know why I was because I was actually, listening to your story, but my speaker, hopefully for this first half, it didn't the sound isn't gonna be messed up because I was using my computer speakers and then I just switched it over.
Yeah.
So whatever, yeah, yeah. I didn't mean
But
to
we could always we could always redo it too, bro. I'll run them back again too. So
well, I hope
I mean,
hopefully it'll be good, but I just changed it right now because this way I know it doesn't have any feedback. So that's the thing is I've done
uh,
where there's the feedback. So hopefully nothing. But I no, go ahead with the story. So, okay, where did you leave off about
so
the?
2 years ago, I told you about it, but you probably don't remember because it was 2 years ago. And
Oh, okay.
I had just started working at Spectrum as a cable technician, and
Mm,
I went to sleep. I went to sleep on my back, which I usually try to avoid. And then I woke up. Well, I thought I woke up, and I was in a hotel with a girl and her husband, and I was watching them, and he was showing her a wedding ring.
mm.
And I was just like, "What the hell?" And I was looking, and I got pulled back into the bed, and I was just stuck. And a little boy with like a man with a face started walking up to me, and I was scared. And there was like spirits all over the wall, covering their face, like kind of like ashamed their face looked like that.
Mm.
And he was walking up to me, and I was trying to flip him off, saying like "F you, F you." And he walked up to me, and he like just shook his head and walked away. And then I woke up, and like I had piss on me, bro. I was all scared.
What'd you have on you?
I pissed myself, bro.
What? No way.
Yeah, I was scared, dude. I was really scared.
How old are you? Well, then.
I was 20, 24, 25.
What the hell? No way. Was that scary or what?
Yeah, bro. I was terrified, bro.
Wow.
And bro, that's not even the scariest one I ever had, bro. Did I tell you about the one I had in my Aunt Terry's house when I was
No.
17? The first one I ever had when I was
I mean,
17.
maybe, but if you want to recap, go ahead.
It's kind of long, that's why.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. We could, yeah. I don't know how much
I
time you have. I mean, we could share a few
I haven't
more and then, yeah.
I have a lot of time. So I was 17, bro. I was going to high school. I had torn my meniscus in my knee from football, and I had crutches. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And I was in bed. It was a Sunday night. I had just watched Walking Dead with my Aunt Terry, and then I went to go to sleep. Me and my girl would always my girlfriend at the time would always fall asleep on the phone. And we fell asleep. I woke up at 3 in the morning, like at 3:10. I looked at the phone. It said that we had hung up, so I went back to sleep. I woke up again, checked my phone. It was the exact same time, and my body just froze up, and I didn't know
Wow.
what was going on, and it felt like my feet were being pushed and like levitated over the bed, and I was like, bro, I'm getting possessed by a demon. Or else was like, this is it, right? Like this is nuts, and
Oh,
I was
wow.
just stuck there, and I had a window next to me on the right side, and I could just hear things like tapping, like running past and like tapping the window, and I was like, George, is that you? Like, are you messing with me, bro? Like, what the hell's going on? And like they kept running by, and then I finally just like released from the bed, and I got up, and this is still the dream. And I looked to the left to my doors that were like a swinging door, like they were swinging doors, and the light was on, and I could hear someone using my crutches, bro. And I was like, what the hell is using my crutches? So I like hopped up, and I opened the door, and I walked to the kitchen, and I saw my aunt and uncle just there talking, and I was like trying to yell for them, bro. And I was like, Terry, Paul, but I couldn't talk. It was like, oh, it was like all mangled
Wow.
and shit.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
sorry for cussing. And I was like, bro, what's going on? And my aunt came and walked to me, and she was like, you need to go to sleep. And I was like, Terry, like, what's going on? And she was just ignoring everything I was saying. She turns me around to walk me to the bed, and I can see myself laid up in the bed with my eyes wide open, bro, looking at the
Mm.
TV. And I was like, do you see what's going on? Like, do you see this? Like, why are you acting like this is going on? And she was like, just go to sleep. Everything will be fine in the morning. And I looked to the right again, and my body's gone. And I
Oh,
was
wow.
like, bro, like this is crazy. And Terry's gone. So I'm like, bro, I need to go take a shower right now. So I get up, I go to the restroom, and I can't take my shirt off. It's just taking forever. And I'm looking in the mirror, and like I can't really make out my face, but there's like a shadow behind me, and I'm like, oh, like please leave me alone, like please leave me alone. And then I finally get like my clothes off, I go into the shower, and I should remember putting my like soap on my body, like smelling the soap, and then I was seeing things run in and out of the restroom, and I
Mm.
was like, please stop, leave me alone, like leave me alone. And I get out of the restroom with a towel on, and I walk out of the shower, and then I hear someone like banging on the door, and then my cousin George runs down the stairs like full speed, opens the door, and like opens the front door and starts talking in like a weird language, like backwards or some shit. And I'm like, George, who's at the door? Who's at the door? He doesn't say anything, slams the door, runs back upstairs. And at this point, like I'm like freaking out, bro. I'm like, bro, something's going on. Like there's someone's possessing the house or something. So I try to run outside, and it was during Halloween time, so all my aunt's
Oh.
decorations were faced towards the house, bro. Like all their monsters are faced towards the house.
Mm.
And I was like, dude, like what's going on? And I start walking out to the front, and my cousin George fucking breaks the glass and jumps down on the ground with his dog in his hand. He's all bloody. He's like, get back inside the house. So I run back in the house freaking out. And that's where I saw this, bro. I get the chills every time I tell this part, bro. There's a girl in the center of my room with a pentagon, bro, and she's just like looking down, and there's like stuff all over the room, like she's doing like a devil worshiping thing in my room.
Oh
And I'm
wow.
I'm just like, bro, I'm ready to cry, bro. And I run back outside, and I'm like, my heart's pounding. I'm like, bro, what's going on? And I see my sister's Mercedes pull up, and I'm like, I get this big relief, like, oh, my sister's here, she can like protect me. And my sister gets out of the car and she starts saying like, "Get back inside the house," and get back inside the house. And I'm like, "Bro, what's going on?" And like at the moment, her and my cousin are both walking up to me, bro. I wake up, bro. I wake up and it's 6 o'clock a.m. and I can hear my aunt cleaning in
Oh
like the
wow.
living room. I'm just like, bro, like what just happened right now? Like what's going on, bro? Like what is
Yeah.
going on? And I was 17 at the time. That was the first time it happened. I remember like going to school and telling all my friends, like, bro, like telling my homie like Matt, cause he was a Christian, like, bro, please pray for me, like, give me like, please, like, help me, bro. Like, I was scared. I was
Yeah.
terrified, dude. I was so scared. Like my girlfriend at the time, her mom was gonna start taking us to church and stuff. It was like,
So
it was,
at that time in your
I
life,
think
then
that
you weren't
I,
involved in
I
nothing crazy, then, right? It was a
no, no,
crazy.
bro. That's what I'm saying. I think
Ah.
they're giving me like an ultimatum, like, you want to come with us over here,
Mm.
bro.
Yeah.
And then that whole week, I had crazy ass dreams. Like I had a dream, me and Etho were running through Torrey Pines. Me and Etho, bro, and he looked around. He was like, "Jack, wake up!" And I go, woke up, bro. It was nuts. It was crazy, bro.
Mm. That's Oh yeah, and just so everybody, and this was at that house, the same house.
No, this is at my other aunt's house, and like,
Oh.
bro, that one when I was 17 happened at my aunt Terry's house. The other one with the little boy happened at George's house, and the one with the girl happened over here, and they're all in Austin Heights, and they're all less than a mile away from each other.
Mm. That's interesting. And just so before we talked about it, and I'm gonna go to that house that he's at right now to see, if I see anything or what I feel or what I pick up at that house. So we'll do an update video definitely, right? To see you know, what
Yeah,
what
bro.
what it is there.
Bro,
But
you're
yeah,
the
no,
first
it's in.
you're the first person I called when this was happening. I was like, bro, I need to call Omar. I don't know what to do. You can protect me, dog, because I can't protect you.
Yeah, no, but you know
Because
what?
bro,
It's like,
after we got off the phone earlier, I was like, oh, I feel better now.
yeah, no, but you know what? It's like, I don't know. I think it's like I said earlier, right? Like you're all right. It's just that's almost like the thing. It's like they make us believe that we're not okay,
Yeah,
and then that's where you give into the fear, right? Like
yeah,
like in this life, right? There's so much things that, and some people don't believe in stuff, but like, and that's beautiful, right? Like for me, I always say I don't have that luxury, right? Because all the things I've seen, unfortunately.
exactly,
Yeah,
bro,
yeah,
exactly. I seen too much to not believe nothing, you know.
yeah, yeah. And both good. Like the first time I ever, I asked God, right? I prayed a very specific thing, and I got my sign, my confirmation after that. I was like, and that was my agreement. If you do this, I'll never doubt you, nothing, right? And it was so boom, and I never did, right? That was it. So
Like,
the same, like, and so whenever people, I've met so many people, I don't believe in God, I don't believe in this, I don't believe in. Oh, cool, like, all right, cool. There's nothing I could say because
yeah,
except I don't have that luxury, right? Like the things I've seen,
yeah, yeah.
like I don't have that luxury. So that's pretty crazy. Yeah, I'm mind blown at how many
And bro,
experiences
like
you've had, because I know
bro,
it's
bro, that's not
go
even,
go.
bro. I've had, I've also had good ones, bro. I've had dreams where I'm flying through like a forest with like, bro. I'm like on a train and I'm flying and there's like dinosaurs, bro. But it's like a good time. And then I'm like in the ocean flying. Those are the best ones,
Oh, so you've seen dinosaurs too?
bro. But like, I know that's just like I feel like my imagination. Like I'm just flying and like imagining things, and it's like it's happening in my dreams. Like I've had, like just I don't want to sound crazy, It's just
Nah,
like,
come on. This is the place. Yeah.
yeah,
No, because I've had,
yeah, bro.
I've seen animals that I did in my dreams that I didn't even know existed, and when I went to look them up, there they were. So I was like, dude, this is impossible.
And
So
yeah, I think it was like I think they were dinosaurs, bro. It was like I was like in a like flying over like a big old hill with like trains and stuff, and there's like dinosaurs. But I don't know if it was me trying to tell myself it's a dinosaur or what, like.
yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely, man. I kind of wish we could like just okay, boom, to be continued, and then come back, like stop it here, and then we could do the continuation after I go over there to see, because I'm very curious to see you know what kind of energies or stuff or what. I'm very curious why.
Yeah.
But see, it's followed. Maybe it's just you, right? Maybe you tap into the
Well,
things
that's
in
what I'm
all these
saying.
different.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like it knows that I have. I don't want to say I have a gift. I hate saying that. Like I don't like say, oh, I have a gift. This feels like kind of like egotistical. I feel like, but I feel like it knows that I can see things or hear things. So both sides come to me. So both sides want my attention.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because I haven't given myself to either one. So it's like they're both trying to fight for like that.
yeah. I like what I told you I had interviewed the last, not the last thing, because I did one by myself, but I think episode 113 of the podcast, when I interviewed, Ana Cecilia, right? That's 113. And she talked about how, because she had a condition where she wasn't supposed to live. Then she saw everyone else with that condition was passing away. So she was like, why me, right? Like, why? And so somehow that led her to study law, because she was interested in justice. Is God just? Why is she alive? Why is everyone else dying with that medical condition? And then it was crazy the way her mind worked. It made her think, well, because of law, right? There's contracts and this and that. So somehow that led her
Yeah.
to understand, well, there must be a contract, because that's the only way it will make sense. If God is just and these things happen to people come here and they're
Mm.
sick, and well, there must be already like some kind of So I love the way she explained that. So the same,
Yeah.
right? It's like there's certain contracts, right? And sometimes I feel like we're nudged, because the same with me, right? I know I was nudged when I would be stubborn, like, well, no, I don't want to do this spiritual thing, or why the hell do I want to say everyone else is normal living life, and why am I seeing
Yeah,
spirits
bro.
looking like
I
a
don't
nut?
want to see this.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, exactly. I was saying exactly. I agree with you, bro. Like, it makes you feel like you're crazy, and like I try to explain it to other people in my family. They're like, are you on something? I'm like, bro, no. Like, I'm just
Yeah, no,
like,
no,
no. I'm just.
100%. 100%. Go ahead, go ahead.
It makes you not want to even tell anybody. I'm like, bro, like, you know,
Yeah,
crazy.
so that's the thing, is like and part of it is that, right? Like that's why I like the way she explained it, because it was like we agree to certain things, and sometimes we get nudged when I still don't 100%. I'm sure that even the darkness has something to do with the contract, right? Maybe they're tests, because it's the same, right? We go to school. Imagine like everything that gets too complex for our minds to understand, we do it here in this reality. So why is it so hard to believe, right? Like we go to school and we have tests, right? We go, to graduate high school, right? You go through all this, and then in college, and this, you keep learning more and more, and you have to always do tests. So why is it so hard to believe that we would give ourselves tests in the whole scheme of reality, right? In the great
Yeah,
scheme of not even just spiritual evolution, like just life in general. Why wouldn't we put ourselves here on
yeah,
this earth with tests?
exactly.
Yeah, if we do it, right? Like hello, if you're gonna go be a police officer, you have to pass the police academy. If you're gonna go in the military, you gotta pass boot camp. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. A
Yeah,
fireman, you gotta pass certain requirements. Everything in life, we already set up like that. So Why is it so hard for people to understand that, even on a spiritual level?
'Cause I feel like because it's not something that's like normal or something that people can see or hear every day. So when like someone else does it, it's like it's kind of like it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable not knowing what you don't know. You know, like when someone doesn't know something, they have a hard time finding a way to explain it or finding a way to even give in to believe because their own ways of believing kind of block that way of like thinking. Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. You know, man, I don't even know if I want to say this, but yeah, because then this is almost like, see, imagine when I was young, I was afraid to say things like that because I was like, damn, they're gonna want to kill me or something, right? But
Yeah.
I almost felt like one of my reasons was like coming here was to kind of not dismantle religions, but maybe to shed light on what, like, how
What
religions are
could be.
kind of, huh?
Like on what could be.
Well, how they hijack spirituality. Like even that, just
Mm.
me reading the Bible alone, right? Not going to church and studying it and seeing that there was no mention of religions or nothing. So and then the way the religions became more like a team, right? Like it was funny that out of all things, I went to one football game. A friend invited me one day, hey, if you drive, we got tickets. And there were these amazing seats for a Raiders game, right? And how there's this scuffle, and we didn't know when I got home, because it was all the way in San Diego. By the time I got home that night, it was like a Raider fan had stabbed a Charger fan over, you know, over
Easy.
over a
Yeah.
freaking game. I was mind
Yeah.
blown. I was like, this is insane. But that's the same, right? Religions became that team mentality. It's like people,
Like everything else, but like politics, like
yeah,
you're just like, what are we doing now? You know, it's like
yeah. No, your brain shuts off, and it's like it's my team's better. My team's better. Your way's the wrong way. You're gonna burn in hell. This and that. Everything just kind of shuts off. It's like, and it's mind blowing to me, right? So that was one of my,
it's like that primate. It's like that primate part of our brain.
yeah. I mean, just wanting to belong. Oh, I mean, look at gangs. See,
Yeah.
so anything, like I said, see anything you can minimize it and see the way gangs function, right? The way this, the way that. You know what I mean? And it doesn't always have to
Yeah.
be such a big thing for you to see the way it works.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So, anyways, so I felt that when I was little, but at the same, right? I was like, hell no, I'm not gonna. But
But
maybe I
bro,
wouldn't have. Go ahead, go ahead.
it's crazy too, cause like, again, like I don't like to say I have a gift, but ever since I was little, I've always been connected to the spiritual world in some kind of way. Like I've seen my grandpa, I think my uncle or my grandpa's brother or something like that. I seen him when I was a little kid, and I described him to my mom and my aunt. Like I described how he looked and everything with gray hair, and I never met him in my life. He died
Oh
before
wow.
I was born. And then like in pictures, there was always orbs around me. And then like as a kid, I've always felt like just like something was wrong, like something was off. I just
Mm.
never could put a pinpoint on it. Like there's always something. Like I was always very intuitive. Is that the right word?
Yeah, absolutely. Tapped
It's
in, intuitive. Yeah.
yeah, intuitive or something. Like I would ask for things. In my head, I would if this is real, give me this, and I would get it, bro. And like that would happen a lot. Like I would always not get what I want, but in a sense get what I asked for. And it was weird, bro. It was weird. And like it's a lot of it's always been through dreams. It's always been through dreams. I guess the crazy thing. Except today when I fucking heard my bad for cussing, freaking heard that girl's voice today. Like that was the first time I heard a voice.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like, bro,
No.
I don't. One of the crazy dreams I ever had was that my I forgot to mention this one. It was just like it was the end of the world. And that was the most like very like not specific, but like very detailed dream. One of the first very detailed dreams I had, and it was like a volcano at my outside of my aunt's house. And I was like, bro, it happened when I was like 11 or 12, and I still remember that dream. And that was the first one. Like it's just been like a long road of like connecting the dots. It's just
Mm.
weird stuff, you know.
Yeah, yeah. No, I've had those
You know.
kind of end of the, but endings are, we just don't grasp. We can't really grasp that it's not really an ending.
Oh,
It's an
oh,
ending to
bro, and
this.
then that,
Go ahead.
and then that too, bro. I remember when I was like, another time when I was 17 years old, and this is before I had the other dream. I was in my other aunt's house, and I was laying in bed, and I had questioned God, bro, and I was like, I for like a day, bro, literally a whole day, I was atheist. I was like, I'm atheist. I don't believe in God. I don't believe in nothing. and I was in bed and I was just so angry that there was nothing. Well, I thought there was nothing at the moment, and I was telling God, if you're real, if you're real, then let me sell my soul right now. I remember saying that, bro, and then I just felt this scary, like this something coming over me, and I was like, no, okay, I believe. I'm sorry, like I'm sorry, God, I'm sorry, and it went away. And like, bro, I was like, I'm so sorry, please, like don't let it happen to me. And then, bro, there's been multiple, like people say, I like when they find Jesus, they find the light. Like I multiple times it's happened to me, but I don't feel like I found something. Like it isn't. I feel like I'm lying to myself. Oh, I found Jesus. Like, cause I do believe in Jesus Christ, but I don't feel like I found him. I've never been looking for him. He's always been with me. But I feel like there's just the light saying, reminding me. You know, just
Absolutely. I
reminding me.
mean, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, like another time, bro. Another time I had a dream that they were trying to like sacrifice me in a dream, bro. And then I'm laying on my back and just saying like Jesus is King, Jesus is Lord, like saying that. And I just seen like I saw a light come onto me, and I was like, I didn't feel like nothing found me. I just felt like refreshing.
No, and and see, I used to say that too, right? Like that was one of the things right before when I would get the sleep paralysis and I didn't know what was going on, right? And I felt like something holding me not down. I would yell out Jesus and boom, it would go away. And then after, like now, the last time, it hasn't happened for me for a while, but the last time it happened, oh, and then after my brother passed away, I called out to my brother and boom, instantly, like, boom, like something, whatever, let me go and boom, I woke up. But then the very last time it happened, I just had the power now. It was like something, I literally saw the
Okay.
shadow getting on top of me, and I mean, in this case, it had like a feminine figure. So whatever they call, I know there's like the incubus, succubus. I don't know which one is which, but
I've heard about that, bro. I've
yeah.
heard
So
about that.
I
And I
saw it
feel like a
getting,
girl, bro.
yeah. So
Go
I
ahead.
saw, let me just finish. So I saw it getting on
Okay.
top of me, and I don't know if I cussed at it or what. I was like, get the blue, and it just like boom, and it vanished, and I was like, oh wow. And so it made me like, I was like, oh wow, I don't know if this was like last year sometime, but I was like, oh wow, I could do it now. Like it was my first time like not having a call for help, right? Like I was able to do it. You know what I mean? So I was
Crazy,
kind of blown
crazy.
away. But go ahead, go ahead. What were you saying?
Bro, you keep opening in my head to this like, oh yeah, like bro, it's crazy. The incubus it's a sex demon, right?
That's what, yeah, I never really
Bro,
research, but
so
yeah, that's what they say, I
so
believe. Let
I'm
me look it up right
feeling
now.
like bro, I'm feeling that's kind of attacking me, bro, because I've been celibate since January,
Oh,
and I feel like everybody gets urges, bro. Like I feel like it's like trying to like pull me back in. I don't know, bro. I'm trying to figure it out at the same time, just
no, I
because
definitely when
yeah,
there's been I've had those things
because
in
bro,
dreams.
the last girl that I was with in January, she was she said she was spiritual, but I feel like she did like spells and stuff, bro. Like she was like very like she would sleep to brown noise, and she would talk about just she would talk about certain things to a certain extent, like doing spells or like just doing stuff with crystals, and that's kind of, and it's crazy because she's been popping in my head recently too. Like you're making me connect the dots right now.
Oh,
Like maybe maybe she's trying to put something on me, bro. Cause that's what it's kind of feeling like right now.
so
Like
right, real quick, the incubus is the male one, and then so the succubus is the female one. So
okay,
that's
yeah, so
that's yeah, yeah.
yeah, I think it's the succubus thing because she's been popping in my head recently a lot. That girl,
Oh,
and yeah, yeah,
yeah.
but yeah, so I don't know. It's kind of freaking me out. It's kind of crazy.
Nah, you'll be all right. Yeah, definitely,
Cause
you'll be all right. Um, so I definitely want to do a part two. I mean, we could talk if there's anything else. I know there was something I was gonna ask you before we went, but I kind of wanna make a part two. That's why I don't want it to go too long because I want to do a part two. I want to be able to
yeah,
go over there to where you're at.
I
But
do too.
if you have any other story,
I
what?
just gotta make sure it's cool with my cousin. I just gotta make sure it's cool with my cousin. He's kind of
Yeah,
weird how
no
people
worries.
coming over.
If not, no worries. We could still do the part two, and that way maybe your screen will be fixed, and we could that way people could see you and everything. But
Bro,
But yeah,
I would even be down, bro. I would even be down when you have the lady come on again for a reading or whatever to do that again, bro.
oh, okay. I know we were supposed to. I think you're talking about Maria, right? Because I know I've had a few guests that they're able to do that, but I know I'm supposed to have her back on sometime. I don't know if it was this, probably not this weekend, the weekend after. So
Okay,
yeah, yeah, but definitely,
I feel like that would help. I feel like that would help.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, absolutely, absolutely. Because she goes in deep. She'll be able to, we had a converse the other day, like we had a long conversation. It's crazy because sometimes the conversations off the air are just you know, well, like that. Like, see, me and you have talked about these kind of things, but so it's pretty cool to be able to talk about it here as opposed to
I
just,
get it.
because I have so many of these conversations off of the podcast. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We talk for hours, bro, on the phone. It's crazy.
yeah, yeah. So it's pretty cool too. Yeah, man. And some of the stories. Oh, that's what I was gonna tell you. So you did say, because I mentioned how you do music. So real quick, how you did
Oh
say
yeah.
if you thought that you had because you wrote something about it
Well,
and
that's what I
then
wanted to tell you. I have, bro. I have multiple songs on that album talking about spiritual stuff. So I have another song talking about how I have so many demons that they can wrap around the 7-Eleven and come back around to me. But when I say, but God told me something. Oh, but I say, but I'm strapped though, and God told me, let the shells, be collected on my shores, but don't let none be in your casket. It's kind of something like that. But I talk
mm,
about having a bunch of demons, but God told me to kill them.
oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. So but there was
And it's
that
all in
other
the same
thing.
mix. It's,
Huh? Go ahead.
yeah, it's all in the same. Oh yeah, the other one says, along with the ghost, along with the ghost assigned to me, my ghost riding with such modesty properly, hitting perfectly all the melodies and harmonies is certainly a poetry, a novelty, anomaly, an oddity. I asked him what's my prophecy, and all he said was less company. Live this tragedy, hopelessly or happily. Practically, the quality is emotionally stabling.
And then after that is when you started seeing like
Bro, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So it's that's a good way to drive that point of we are creating, right? We're creating our reality. So when we say things, um, like yesterday, right? I climbed the mountain and I literally like prayed for rain. And today it was maybe I didn't get the whole rain, but it was sprinkling. I didn't know it was supposed
That's
to.
crazy.
So yeah, whether like I was like, man, I know it's like there's no way it was like, well, I didn't even think like that. It was just perfectly sunny, hot, and I was like, man, could we get some rain, please? Like I was like, I don't care, like
That's
I
pretty
want
nuts,
some
bro.
rain.
There was like a little. I felt a little sprinkle earlier. That was nuts. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, no,
And
I was
that's crazy how you pray for it, bro, and it happened because it's not even like it's summer right now.
no, and I was even thinking, why is it like, is there a fire somewhere or what? Where are these clouds coming from? But I was like, for me, whether it was me or not or whatever, but I prayed for it, and I'm happy that we got some sprinkles and it feels cooler than other days, right? But just like you
Yeah,
with the talking about goals, the next thing you know, like there they are, right? So almost like,
yeah.
hey, be careful
Bro.
what you
It
wish
that
for. You know what I mean?
well, bro, Omar, you just reminded me again, bro. There's been so many times where that's happened in my life where I'm like, bro, like for instance, I'm like, I'll be thinking in my head, oh, like I hope I see like a pigeon right now, and a pigeon will fly by. Like that's not
Ah,
exactly what's happened, but that's happened so many times in my life, bro. That's why I say like I'll say something in my head and it'll happen. But I'm not. That's why I'm gonna continue making the same song and use the same lyric. I'm not gonna let it control me. Like I'm gonna control because it's my song. I'm not gonna let them take control over it. I'm not gonna let them scare me because you know.
yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But it's the understanding. See, now knowing.
Yeah,
Imagine,
bro.
imagine having the knowledge of saying, "Well, like me, right? Like, imagine if all of a sudden I'm praying for rain, then there's this huge storm, and I'm terrified, but then I understand. Well, wait, I was just praying for rain, so why am I terrified? So understanding that we're
Yeah,
creating this life, if we really understand that as these beings, human beings, then how can you be afraid, right? What are we afraid
yeah,
of if we're when we say like, oh, all these things are going on in the world, while we're creating them, we're co-creating like in real time. So what are we afraid of? If we don't want that, we could change it at any moment. You know what I mean? So
seriously, yeah, seriously,
yeah.
we have more power than what we realize. I think.
No. I mean, this is our reality. We're literally seeing the world as we're creating it. So this whole reality is based on our perception collectively of what we're picking it. You know what I mean? So when we're like, you know, we did that, all this crazy things, like we have the ability to change it. And it's just, we haven't agreed, you know. Unfortunately, that's the human condition, right? Everybody, like how they say, you know, too many chiefs, not enough Indians kind of thing. Or you know, everybody wants to, so that, nobody's willing to like come to or sacrifice for, like, you know what I mean? For all of us.
Everybody wants to be the main character.
Exactly. And we are in a way, but it's like,
but not to like a egotistical part of it. It gets the people, I feel like.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
yeah. So, is there any last thing you want to say? And if not, like on that note, we'll end it right there.
Oh man, just thank you for having me on. Thank you to whoever's listening. I appreciate it. Omar, you're the GOAT, man. Thank you for having me. Thank you for teaching me everything, bro. Thank you for getting me in the music. If it wasn't for you, bro, I wouldn't be where I'm at, bro, with music. I would not at all. Like, I would not be this lyrical. I would not be as confident in my voice, bro. So thank you, Omar. Appreciate it.
No, man. Thank you. I appreciate the kind words. Absolutely. And thank you for being vulnerable and coming on and sharing everything that you did. I know it's not easy to do it. You know what I mean? So I'm grateful to you. So thank you. I'm honored.
Oh, man, I'm honored too. Thank you. You're the GOAT, bro.
Thank you.
You're the GOAT. You're the GOAT.
We'll do it again then. So hopefully everything works out, and we'll do it again.
All right, man.
All right.
I'm just walking to the room, see if you hear anything on video or something. Right here when it happened. They're walking through here, walking this way. I don't know, those are orbs or those are like dust particles. I think it was just dust.
Life may move fast, or it may move slow. I met a silly man who said he make it slow. We look up out towards space, or even at the sky. One that gets away, but never look inside. Breathe in, breathe out. Life is a maze, but we'll figure this out. I mean, human beings, I ain't got no doubt.
That's right. Sometimes you just feeling it, you know what I'm saying? You just feeling it. And I want to feel this way forever.